It's time for part 4, and that is TNA Slammiversary review and results.
Yes.
TNA.
Yeah. Take a shot. Take a shot. Woo.
Good shot.
All right. Let's just get down to this.
Well, let me just put my gloves on first.
It's like rape, Tony. You just might as well get it over and done with.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's not rape if you enjoy it. Remember that.
It's gonna happen.
But this is painful for everybody.
Just remember to breathe.
First up was the X Division Championship match, the Ultimate X match between Kenny King, Suicide, and Chris Sabin, won by Chris Sabin, who afterward has the Thunder stolen away from him completely by
As he gets endorsed by me, brother.
Yeah.
Show my face all over the product, brother.
Hey, Hulkamania needs some TV time, man. He's got to get ready for that championship round he's going to get. You know that.
Oh my God.
It's coming.
World heavyweight champion.
It's coming. It's the inevitable. Hey, don't pretend it's not going to happen. It's going to happen.
It's fucking coming. That's exactly what rape sounds like. It's gonna happen. Just don't pretend you're gonna not enjoy it. Come on.
Just take it like a man.
Anyway,
Take it like a man.
Pythons.
Future of
Come on,
TNA,
David.
brother. Even though I'm the future myself, brother, gonna be wrestling till I'm 182, brother.
No one steals the thunder from Hulk, brother.
Well, if
From
he's-
brother.
Maybe if he's too injured, he'll just get Brooke to do it. Or he'll
Big
bring
drop
in
and Brody way.
his son.
God,
Give him the
that.
Spark Plug Holly gimmick.
I don't know why. This just reminds me of that terrible TV show he had.
Thunder in
He
Paradise.
knows best.
Thunder.
Thunder Lips.
Thunder in paradise.
So I actually wasn't able to watch the majority of the X Division match, and that's kind of
did.
a shame
Probably
because I
busy.
was looking forward to it. But
Chris Sabin got busted open. It was one of those usual X Division freeway matches, but these guys kept going for the Ultimate X cable. It was a fun match, but I just really wish that they don't overshadow the title with the gimmick of the freeway matches all the time, because they keep defending this title in freeway matches. It's just getting old, and it takes away the stigma from matches like the Ultimate X one.
Well, that's the official match type. I mean, they've already said it. By the way, folks, it's Miguel. I'm making a quick cameo. I just realized I'm talking and no one probably knows who I am. So
Who?
yeah, I'm on location. I'm at work right now, so I really can't stay too long. But I'm gonna put my input in on this matchup. As far as the three-way matchup goes, that's the official rule. I think every matchup for the X Division title has to be done as a three-way.
It gets old. The gimmick overshadows the title. That's the problem.
I understand that, but the X Division has always taken a back seat in TNA, at least in the last few years. I mean, they kept Genesis as a pay-per-view, but they got rid of Destination X, knowing that Destination X is a pretty important pay-per-view in that it's the pay-per-view where you can give up your shot for the your X Division title and get a TNA title shot. Knowing that, they still got rid of Destination X for a know-nothing pay-per-view at the beginning of the year. You'd think that would have been a gimme, Destination X, Lockdown, Slammiversary.
Yeah, they got rid of it for
PFG.
extravaganza.
Are triple threat matches really that big where they would distract from an actual title being on the line?
Yeah, because what they do is it's if you beat the person you pin in that match. So now he's pinned Kenny King. Kenny King doesn't get a rematch. Kenny King's out. So now they're going to insert another guy, and it's going to be another freeway between Chris Sabin and these other two guys. And whoever gets pinned loses and goes
I think I'd care more about the X Division if they instituted some kind of ranking system, like how they did with the main event slot a couple years ago. Have an X Division ranking system where we can track who the top 3 X Division guys are, and then when one loses, they get sent to the bottom, and give us something to follow so that we know what the significance is of the top 3 spots.
Like the
problem
BFG
is-
series?
There's not
Something
much
like that.
in the X Division at the moment. That's why they keep bringing guys in to fill the gaps. There's not much depth in it. That's why you can't actually have an official ranking system. But yeah, anyway, Chris Sabin won that match. Hogan comes in, steals his thunder, brother, and then we can move on to the next match.
And they acted like the next match was a spur of the moment thing. We had the Aces and Eights members that come out that were scheduled to wrestle, and only them. And
No,
Hogan,
but it was the wrong member, because you had Mr. Anderson with the queer twins. They came down.
I thought that Anderson was the one that was scheduled.
No, he wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be Doc.
He was scheduled from what we previewed last week.
Yeah.
No, it was supposed to be Doc. It was supposed to be Doc and them.
Oh, because
For
I
some
remember
reason.
saying I actually have it written down here, Anderson.
Yeah,
So
we
they
talked
might have-
about him last week.
Maybe
Because
it
they
was
did a TNA promotional video for it, and it was Doc.
Oh, whatever it was like they acted like, this was like, and you're gonna be in action tonight, and it's gonna be in a tag team match because I just
Even
had
though
a
you're
conversation
booked on
with
the
Teddy
card,
Long,
brother.
but and the other thing was they acted like the big surprise of Jeff Hardy was both a huge surprise and something that nobody gave a shit about at the same time.
Did you notice the fans just went ape shit, even though they knew the guy was going to be there? It's like, oh my god, Jeff Hardy? We didn't know he was going to be there. It wasn't promoted like a dozen times before the show.
Yeah.
In a typical returning superstar faction, that guy wins.
Is it me, or did he look like a crackhead when he came out with all that fucking makeup on his face and the weird like homeless man beard?
Get used to it. He's only going to get worse.
It's Jeff Hardy.
You got
There's like flies buzzing above his head.
the worst looking person out of the whole thing, I think, was Hogan, because he comes out before this even starts off and he starts talking about you guys are pussies in leather, and people in Boston are not only not afraid of terrorists, but they aren't afraid of no ghosts.
Oh,
What?
Aces and eights, as a duly appointed representative of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I inform you to report to Everest dimensional. You know what I'm trying to go for.
Well, for me,
Did he compare aces and eights to the Boston bombing that happened?
He compared
Tony, you don't understand. It's a
I'm
great.
back.
It's a great, storyline. Hogan's going senile. That would be the best storyline in the world. But I think,
Ladies and gentlemen,
Miguel-
Dixie Carter has just announced that they have found Jokar Sarnail.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
He's got an amateur wrestling background.
I love
Oh my
amateur
God.
wrestling.
Maybe they're gonna make a gimmick out of it or something like that. But they're not going to be afraid of no ghosts. So aces and eights are now ghost terrorists, otherwise known as pussies in leather. By the way, everybody, Miguel just left. He had to go, so we'll plug his crap later.
Follow Chester on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll plug.
Oh my god, it is Bob Saget.
Yeah. So
That's gonna sound really weird out of context.
for those who don't know, Aiden's avatar is Bob Saget.
Oh man, that's funny.
It's Samoa Joe and Magnus and Jeff Hardy win that match, and that's not really too much of a surprise. Then we had a segment backstage with Joseph Park, where he joked that the Boston Crab is a wrestling move, and he gets his ass kicked by Devon and Mike Knox. What are they calling him again? Is he just Knox?
Knox.
Nux with a U.
Knox?
Nux,
Johnny Knoxville.
like brass knucks.
Well, I guess they could have done worse.
I call him the overweight fat guy with a beard.
Which one? There's like 8 of them on the roster.
Which one? Michael Burhan?
Oh, I was going to say Mark
Knox.
Hayden. Ah.
Well, I got it first. So,
Ah.
I want to make a noise.
Somebody mentioned Brandon's beard.
I don't have my beard's not here anymore.
Oh, you got rid of it?
Yeah, well, the
you have
Rangers
to-
lost.
He's banging someone now, so he needs
Beard
to
the
be
beard. Beard the beard.
The Rangers lost.
That led us
It's
into
okay.
the TNA Gutcheck finals, with the winner receiving a spot in the Bound for Glory series. Jay Bradley against Sam Shaw.
Ooh.
Now let me tell you about something. This match stole the show.
You're saying that about every single match. Hi.
listen,
Hell of
this
a
was an
pay-per-view.
excellent display of two of the most promising young talents that TNA currently has under contract. Samuel Shaw displayed such an excellent, tremendous agility and stamina. And that move he did off of the top rope absolutely blew me away.
Yeah, the intestinal fortitude put forth by these two competitors. It was,
They
Well,
left
no,
it
it's-
all in the ring.
And
this
some.
was a Jay Bradley squash match, pretty much, right?
Yeah, this really is out of context too, because now everybody thinks that you actually did watch this.
I
did watch
actually
it.
did.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we did watch.
I did not play Attitude Era mode on WWE 13 instead. What are you talking about?
Hayden wasn't busy doing whatever he was doing that night.
I don't even remember.
None of us remember.
I was watching TNA Slammiversary.
I was asleep. Yeah.
You're watching something, but not maybe you were like watching CMML and pretending it was TNA Slammiversary.
Maybe.
Like certainly not watching Chikara.
Oh.
Oh.
Soon.
I was hanging out with Jigsaw this weekend, by the way. Just some random name drop.
Oh,
From Saw?
cool.
I was
Yeah,
hanging
I
out.
was gonna say you could fit on that little bike.
Did he want to play a game?
Dude, sorry for your
No.
loss.
No. He was a cool guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Did he let you like play in his mask?
No, his mask's probably pretty sweaty though.
Did he let you ride his little bike?
Did he let you play a game?
No, he
Oh.
did not play any games.
Jay Bradley wins via pinfall, bland match.
I don't understand what
he
this
deserved
this
it.
guy. No, he
This
didn't
is
deserve it.
outrageous. You know, it's just constantly burying Sam Shaw. All right, this guy is working his ass off. He's great in the ring. He's great in the mic. He deserves to be in the main event. Hulk Hogan obviously is just using his backstage power to hold down Samuel Shaw.
You know what's funny? If we took that exact same thing and wrote that down, people would just be like, "Yeah, I agree. Come on, Sam Shaw." He's like, was Jay Bradley in WWE? He was like Ryan something.
Oh yeah, I think he was like
Yeah,
Stan Stansky or something like that.
Ryan Ryanson or something. Is that Braden stuck in a well?
Yeah.
I just think about he got buried by Hulk Hogan, obviously.
Oh, he got it right.
After the match, Christy Hemme asked him about, how do you feel about winning and all this, and he said he's the first into the Bound for Glory series, and he'll be the last out and win it. No chance whatsoever.
Best promo.
You know what? He's out. I'm pegging this. He's out first round.
Probably, yeah. That's
But
next.
clearly,
week.
he's the dark
Come on,
horse to
guys.
win the entire tournament.
Come on, guys, you guys are being too hard on him. He could win the whole thing. He's gonna blow your mind. Watch. Just watch.
I think
Blow
this is all going to
something.
lead to him getting to the finals, but he's going to get injured right before by the Aces and Eights, and Samuel Shaw is going to take his place and then win the title at Bound for Glory.
We had another backstage segment where Bobby Roode said, "Gunner is no Bobby Roode." Agreed.
Very
That's-
astute observation.
Right.
Wait, was it as simple as that sounds?
Yeah.
This is another
Oh my
prime
God.
example of someone who
Oh man.
lacks talent.
Although I will give him credit. He did better in the match than I thought he was going to.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that sounds promising.
Tony, you're going in there with like really low expectations.
Well, yeah.
What do
Yeah,
you mean?
you're
This
going
is
in there sticking diarrhea and he's pulling off shit. So
Well,
you're just sitting there, okay.
Burhan, this is Slammiversary we're talking about. It's TNA's biggest pay-per-view of the year. You think they'll pull out all this?
Actually, no, that's not until October. Isn't Bound for
Isn't
Glory
this the
their biggest?
pay-per-view that they brought back Christian at last year?
Yeah.
The return
stood
of Christian.
He
I
stood there and he was like going, so yeah.
He was like, "This place still
FCC,
sucks."
And just like talent and yeah.
Oh, look, it's all the same people still coming to these stupid shows. Don't you guys have anything better to do with your lives?
So now it's time to earn that paycheck that they wanted me to come out here and do. Your induction in the Hall of Fame is Sting, and that's what you wanted me for. That was awkward as hell. I still don't know why they haven't done anything else with him. That was the whole thing. They wanted him to introduce that Sting was going to be inducted.
Yeah, he didn't want to be there, and TNA was saying wanted him there, and WWE were like, honor that commitment. And Christian's sitting like, I don't want to go. So it's
Yeah,
kind
he's
of-
like, I don't want to go back.
WWE's like, too damn bad. You gotta go.
He probably had the same reaction as a dog does when you try to put it in a crate.
The kennel.
I thought Christian only had to go there because of the whole Flair and the Horseman thing at the Hall of Fame.
I can see like Vince McMahon and Triple H like standing at the door in front of TNA, and like Christian's got all four limbs like perched against the sides of the door, like trying to hold himself from being pushed into the building.
Guys. They're like, get in there. Come on, we have to go.
Edge, help me, please! Don't make me do this.
Please, I'll pay you. Please, please.
I was in there long enough. Come on, God, this sucks. It's not even going to be there by episode 85.
I learned.
Let's move on. TNA Television Championship. Devon beats Joseph Park by forfeit because they had said the whole if he doesn't come out by the 10 count kind of a thing, and instead Abyss comes out and wins the championship.
Long overdue. Long overdue.
So does this mean Tony was right in thinking Joseph Park was going to win the title despite his other gimmick winning the championship?
I'm going to give myself that one. This was pretty stupid, so...
I for one cannot believe the cowardice shown on the part of Joseph Park. I was really getting behind him as the everyman. He was someone I felt I could truly follow, and he really let me down by not showing up, and instead his crazy-ass brother, who somehow got escaped from the asylum. I don't know how Dr. Stevie let him out, but he came in here, terrorized poor Devon, who was not set for a match with a man like him. And this is just a big injustice. The Aces and Eights must make sure this is rectified as soon as possible.
Bravo. Well said.
I think that the TNA review and prediction segment of this show has officially just become like a mocking segment. We've gone from let's talk about what we'll be doing other than watching the pay-per-view. We've had people do impressions of Dusty Rhodes and Sheamus just beating down the card. Last week with the predictions.
Down the card. They're talking about what they'd be doing other than watching the pay-per-view in character.
Most people would be beating down on themselves.
We had last week where Peyton's doing the whole let me get the name wrong and flip the coin and all that, and now we're just acting like it's a kayfabe situation. Maybe that's the draw. It's a completely different
way of how we present pay-per-view predictions.
Yeah.
And
we're actually serious about WWE ones and TNA. We couldn't care less.
Yeah, Peyton kind of doesn't even acknowledge TNA's existence on keeping kayfabe.
But
no, that's not true. The very first wrestling fails we did was Sting versus Jeff Hardy.
Oh.
So it's not totally
match of the night.
It's totally not Chris Benoit yet, basically.
Mm.
Oh, now everything just got sad.
Did we ever talk about the time when Randy Orton found the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam?
Did we ever talk about that time that Randy Orton shat in someone's bag?
Wait, are we still talking about TNA or are we done?
Well, that's what that shit in someone's bag was. It was TNA.
Oh God.
Moving on.
What were we on next?
I think we just talked about the TV title. I don't
know.
Oh,
they inducted, or they didn't quite induct yet. Kurt Angle, but they announced that he was going to be the next induction for the Hall of Fame. So as an inductee, it makes sense.
This is absolutely amazing news, especially coming off the fact that one of my listeners on Keeping Kayfabe sucked his cock. So.
Oh my God! Maybe that's what it was. It was like a congratulatory kind of thing.
No, Peyton, he didn't suck his cock. He sucked his big fat cock.
Okay.
There's a difference. That's
he was very complimentary to the manhood of Kurt Angle.
Wouldn't the story be better if Kurt Angle was sucking his? Why did he go, you know what, I'm going to do something fun here. I'm going to be the one who's... I'm going to volunteer myself for this.
Maybe he just wanted to suck a dick of an American.
Maybe. I don't know.
You know, Kurt Angle amplifies everything what makes America America. So he thought, yeah, America, fuck yeah.
Jack Swagger's America, let's go.
Now, if I could be serious for a minute, does this mean that Kurt Angle's locked into TNA for the rest of his career?
There's talk that there might be the whole switchover that he keeps talking about with Twitter, that he might go to WWE, that TNA might have actually wanted him for their Hall of Fame now because this is the only time that they would be able to get him, as opposed to somebody like AJ Styles who's never fucking leaving. I mean, come on.
But now, after the whole cock-sucking incident, I think Kurt Angle's never going to go to WWE because it's out there now, so...
I just think someone hacked the Twitter account, that's all.
It's a true story. It's damn true. So yeah, congrats. I guess it's an honor. I don't know.
Almost.
Hey, what do you think? Are we talking about TNA or the cocksucking?
No,
I
that was
guess
an
both
honor.
are.
It was an honor to take it in the face, sir.
That led us into the TNA Tag Team Championship. James Storm and Gunner, who actually performed pretty decent against Bobby Roode and Austin Aries and Bad Influence and Hernandez with the spirit of Eddie Guerrero. They first knocked out Bad Influence by disqualification, and then the spirit of Eddie Guerrero came through with getting eliminated, so we were guaranteed new champions. Spirit of Eddie Guerrero.
I miss you, Eddie.
We can't do it.
Now, James Storm and Gunner are obviously the future of not just the tag division, but this company in general. I mean, nothing says future world heavyweight champion like a graying beard. So it is absolutely imperative that they were the tag team to come out on top of this four-way match, as opposed to all these other teams, which has actual tag team names. Who does that anymore? James Storm and Gunner needed this. Excellent job, TNA. Wonderful.
This match could have stole the show, but it didn't. It was close to. It was almost on that level.
I actually thought it was pretty good.
Actually, I don't know. I didn't see it.
TNA talent.
Nah. Eddie Guerrero's got his back.
Yeah. He's always got his back in spirit. He helps
You know
in
what
tag team matches. He
paradox?
possesses Hernandez.
What if Chavo is not actually Chavo and he actually is Eddie, and Eddie was just Chavo who passed away? Think about it.
That's
it's
something
a conspiracy, man.
That's something that either TNA or WWE would do.
I'm
telling you.
And at the same time, it turns out that they're also McMahon's son.
And they were the ones who exploded the limo.
And they were the anonymous GM.
The responsible person for McMahon's millions.
Yeah. And it turns out that Hornswoggle was actually Eddie Guerrero.
And they're going to be Caitlin's crush.
Yes.
Or a secret admirer, not crush.
And it will all be revealed on TNA.
But you know what the twist is going to happen? We're going to have this all happen in the ring, and then this mask is going to be pulled off, and it's going to be McMahon, and he's going to go, "It was me all along."
And then Kane is going to come out from under the ring and drag someone under with him.
Then Undertaker would drag them under that.
And then destroy them anally.
And then RoboCop is going to come out.
Yeah, right. But it's going to be the new RoboCop, Joel, whatever his name is.
Yeah, the black RoboCop.
Yeah. Next match was the last knockout standing match, Gail, Kim, and Terrell. I actually thought it was pretty decent.
I like this match. It was actually pretty good for a women's match. Yeah, and, boobies were flying everywhere, which was awesome. And I can understand why Taryn was such a hot mess, because, I don't care that Drew's been up in her. I'm saying right now, Taryn, if you're listening.
Been all up in them guts.
He's been all up in them guts.
Beating them shit.
I don't think Drew minds, Taryn. Me and you. One night only.
Why are you calling her the same thing as the little midget guy from Game of Thrones?
You mean the greatest character on the damn show?
Because I just picture him while I'm doing a...
We're talking about
I'll be like, Game of Thrones.
Are you talking about MODOK?
Take my iPhone.
What?
Peter Dinklage. He should totally be MODOK.
He's probably going to play MODOK. That's what they said in the...
That'd be fucking great.
Now,
why hasn't there been a Peter Dinklage versus Hornswoggle match set up yet?
But in all seriousness, this is clearly just states how TNA... they handle their women's division 1,000 times better than the WWE now, don't they?
Yeah. There's one thing that we can't rag on them as much, and it's the knockouts are better.
Yeah.
Rather than calling it a last diva standing or last knockout standing match, they should have called this the let the boobies hit the floor match.
Let the boobies hit the floor. The boobies hit the floor.
They're catching some heat from it, apparently. A lot of people are saying that they shouldn't have had them wrestle this kind of a match because it was brutal and all this. And
it was awesome.
That's what made it interesting.
I didn't see it, but I bet it wasn't that good.
It doesn't happen that much in pro wrestling as a whole. At least on me.
They used one chair.
Right, yeah. It wasn't that brutal. It was just a step up from normal.
It's just those freaking TNA internet smarks who gotta be like, yeah, see, this is what TNA does. TNA, this is awesome.
BCW.
This is awesome.
They're like, did you see that clothesline? This is awesome. I actually liked it though. I would recommend, if there's any matches on this card for people to check out, the tag division match and the knockouts match. So really, like, this was in the center of the card, and it went from meh to it's pretty good to meh.
It should have been the main event.
And who would have thought that the Divas match or the knockouts match would be the match everyone would be talking about the most out of all this?
Yeah.
Especially
Any money, Taryn ends up joining Aces Nates. She'll be like the tea lady or something.
Put $10 on that.
I think that if they're gonna bring anybody into it, they'll bring Victoria in it.
Not China.
They spoiler alert. For one of TNA's pay-per-views, they have an Aces and Eights themed one, and she does come out representing the Aces and Eights.
No.
Oh, she does.
I didn't mute my mic fast enough.
Why did they record this shit ahead of time?
It's what they do.
God, it's so stupid.
Yeah,
TNA,
I got to give away TNA spoilers because it's the Thursday Night Wars on keeping kayfabe. So
Because they do that because that'll put butts in the seats.
We're still winning though, Payton. You know that.
Oh yeah.
Then we have 2 more matches on the card left. AJ Styles against Kurt Angle. Wasn't impressed. It's a typical match between the two of them. You have a bunch of kickouts, a bunch of... He's got an angle slam, an ankle lock. He's got the 450. He's got the Pele kick. He does this. He does that. He kicks out.
Including AJ loses.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You want to keep a guy strong, right? Why would you have him lose a match against Kurt Angle?
Well, it's better than losing.
Really
Kurt Angle's a Hall of
strong,
Famer.
though.
No, but why put him in that position in the first place?
Yeah, it's better than
It's
to
just
have
time
him
in the
lose.
ring with a Hall of Fame class athlete like Kurt Angle is going to make him more. But it's just like CM Punk going into the ring and losing to The Undertaker. Matter of fact, I would compare this exactly like that.
Well, Payton, let me ask you a question, right? Remember the whole storyline between Sting and Hogan? And you were saying on KK how the fact that the one way that the storyline worked was because the fact that Sting didn't wrestle until like the conclusion, the match he had with Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
Now AJ Styles is in the same position, and yet they throw him into a match where he changed himself. He's a tweener now because of the fact that he was losing so much and he felt like he's been mistreated. Why put him in that position?
Well, here's the problem: is AJ did not paint his face, and what happens is that face paint is match immunity. It's a secret code between a wrestler and a promoter. When you paint your face, you only have to wrestle when you want. That's why Sting was allowed to just go hang out in the rafters while AJ, he comes to work and his face is bare. Oh, AJ, sorry, you got to work tonight.
Jeff Hardy.
Knew it.
Jeff Hardy goes up in his career because he paints
In the
his face.
Usos case, it's actually helping them win tag matches.
See, Payton's on to something here.
Magical face paint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if
And the
only it
Ultimate
would
Warrior.
happen to Wade Barrett, he'd actually...
Yeah, see, the Ultimate Warrior kept his title one night because of that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
There might actually be this little like conspiracy going on. I say some historian needs to look into this.
It's a conspiracy, man.
Conspiracy. If R-Truth would have painted his face, he wouldn't have turned babyface and screwed this whole push-up. Finally, TNA World Heavyweight Championship match. No holds barred. Bully Ray against Sting.
Yawn.
Blah.
No. Holds barred.
They had Brooke Hogan come out and kind of just stand there and act like she was still interested in Bully Ray. So Sting tells her to go away, and she does, which was like, I was kind of pointless. It was just kind of like, all right. She doesn't interfere. She doesn't do anything like that. So I don't see the point in that. But
what he actually did say to Brooke was, I know about you and Hulk. I know that you're the other woman, and then she ran away.
That's what he said?
Yeah,
I thought he was just
basically
saying,
they're trying to promote the incestuous storyline in TNA because I knew WWE was going to do it with the Birchills, so now they're doing it with Hogan and Brooke. But don't tell anyone. That's between me and you. It's not like we're on a live show or anything.
That's the one angle that they're really trying to push it, and like it borders on kayfabe for most people. They don't know if it's actually real or not.
No, it's complete kayfabe. It's not a shoot. You see, that's why they sent those pictures out on TMZ of Hogan, like, massaging her ass and her telling her dad that her boob popped out. People don't know. It's not her and Bully Ray. It's her and Hogan. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
I'm never wrong about these things.
One thing
what would have made this match better is if something was on a pole.
Shit on a pole?
Bully Ray on a pole match?
No. Hogan on a pole match.
I hope they really live by the whole
father,
"this is Sting's last world title match because he lost" shtick. I really hope that they live up to that fucking stipulation.
See, what you do, you shove the pole up her ass and put her on the top of the ring, and there you go. Brooke Hogan on a pole match.
One thing that bothered me about this was they set it up earlier in the night before this, where Bully Ray was saying no holds barred means that back in the spirit of the way that it used to be, that everything was legal, and a lot of people, they want to like fight with weapons and all that kind of stuff, but instead I'm going to do the one move that nobody ever really does. There's an unspoken rule that we don't do pile drivers to each other, and I'm going to pile drive you, I'm going to break your neck, so on and so forth. Build it up as the pile driver will fucking kill you. And Bully Ray hits a pile driver. And people go, oh, he had a pile driver. The announcers don't even fucking care. Sting kicks out. What was the point of that? So then they have Bully Ray.
Sting got up and started going, you! And then the Hulk-sizing on him and just pointing at Bully Ray.
Then Bully Ray pulls out a switchblade knife. And I'm thinking to myself, all right.
He's going to cut himself a motherfucker.
He's just going to stab Sting, and that's going to be the fucking end of the match. So instead, he starts cutting the ring apart, and he exposes the wood. So it's like, okay, he gives him a pile driver on the wood. And they build that up again as, oh my god, that's going to kill him and all sort of kind of stuff. He gives him the pile driver, and he kicks out. And it's like, what's the point in building this up? Then again, Sting hits the Scorpion Death Drop on the wooden part, and he's about to win until Aces and Eights comes out. And then they do that typical crap where the heel can't win unless a whole bunch of people help him out, because once you get the championship, then you suddenly are a shitty competitor, and you can only win if you're a heel when you have interference. Nobody comes out to help Sting, but he ends up beating the crap out of every member of Aces and Eights. He ends up losing eventually just when Bully Ray can hit him with a hammer. Stupid as all hell. I hated that, and that really put a sour taste in my mouth.
So he beat him with a hammer, so he defeated him like Brock Lesnar defeated Triple H at Extreme Rules?
No. This was basically like a tiny hammer. Triple H has a sledgehammer. This was a tiny hammer. This was a little hammer used to like hammer nails into a door. So imagine like Triple H has got this big manhood, and then Bully Ray has this teeny tiny little one. So it's like, time to play the game. And then smashes him over the head with this tiny little hammer. I feel ashamed to be like, imagine Devon handed that thing over to Bully Ray and just like laughing. Here's your hammer.
Are we really hoping that this does live up to being Sting's last world title shot ever?
I doubt it will.
I know I doubt it, but that's what I said, we can hope.
So any other thoughts? Any recommendations?
Obviously, it was a front runner for pay-per-view of the year so far.
I can't wait for it to come out on DVD.
I cannot wait till we do
first one to get it.
Yeah, I cannot wait till we do the Bound for Glory predictions and review in October. Should be a fun time.
All I recommend is that people don't watch this pay-per-view. If they want to watch the Knockouts match, I suggest you just find the match itself and watch it. And the same goes for the X Division match. But as far as Hogan promos, the best way to stop Hogan from actually cutting a promo is by putting the television on mute. That way you don't have to listen to his old ass. And if you guys really don't want to look at Dixie Carter's face, all you have to do is just take your TV and throw it out the window. And in all fairness, this pay-per-view, I give it, now out of 10 being the best and 1 being the worst, I give it a -6.
So it's pretty good.
Right, that kind of rules us out then for all the TNA talk, which means are the plugs, and let's start it off as always. Sign Me Up initiative, bring a Smark Out Moment sign to any kind of wrestling event, and send me a picture or video of it, and I'll put it up on the website. I will round out everything else a little bit later, so let's move on to Brandon.
Okay, if you like listening to me talk about sports or really anything that I want to talk about for 2 hours, you can listen to me live every Wednesday on Dream Elite Radio, where I host my show that I call Sportaholics Anonymous. blogtalkradio.com/Dream Elite. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, tout, fucking all that other shit.
Angel Fire.
Angel Fire pages, blackpeoplemeet.com.
Don't forget mine, man.
Scoops.
One of these days, Scoops is going to be up, and people are going to be looking for it.
TMZ.
Yeah.
That all you have for us?
That's all I got, yeah.
All right, Drew. Anything you want to plug?
Nah, that ain't me, man. Someone else can go now. I don't have anything. Well, yeah, I'll just take the Brandon method. Just follow me on Twitter, I suppose. And I guess you could just look out for me on Fanboys Anonymous. That's all I got. Maybe another time.
Burhan.
www.nerdgenius.com, where nerdgasms go to grow. Hey, it's not porn, I
Whoa.
swear.
What?
Whoa. What was this?
www.
You might want to go back to the woodshed on that one a little bit.
buddy.
www.fanboysanonymous.com. I got gameplay. As always, is myself, Mike Payden, Brandon Legad, Braden Mayhew, whenever it feels like doing it, and also a slew of other co-hosts on the show. We're currently on episode 28, where we're talking RPGs versus adventure games. Are they one and the same? And it's hosted by Sean Mitchell, who gives a very, very cool take on that, and also gives Brandon his disdain, but because of the fact that he just doesn't understand. And we're also going to be doing coverage of E3 on episode 29. Go to my YouTube page, youtube.com/The Nerd Genius, for more on gaming-related material, wrestling, everything. I'm on there just doing loads of vlogs all day, every day. Rewriting the book has been delayed a little bit. I've just got a few more bits of editing to do before it actually goes up, guys. So thank you for being patient. And I believe that is everything. Oh, also, if you want to see pictures of Brandon's dick, you can do so by going to the I Got Gameplay Angel Fire page, because he just has like loads of cock.
Or you
I'm going to it now.
Or you can just hit me up on. Or you can just hit me up on Kick. That's where if you want pictures of my dick.
It's all good. I'm looking you up now. What's your username?
Swed. SWED.
All right.
There you go.
And
Maybe send your pictures of their
exchange.
Pictures of my dick.
Moving on, hopefully with no more nerdgasms. Mike Payden.
Yeah, whoa, that was terrible. You really gotta think of that catchphrase over again there, buddy. Oh, shit.
That's not actually a catchphrase, I just said it.
Yeah, well, good.
Comes another 10-minute plug section.
Redoing the Bob plugs.
That's what it sounds like to me.
The Thurman Sparky plugs.
I've been paid as dying.
I'm trying to do my plug.
Oh, it's so fucking bad.
Okay.
It was the fucking worst.
That was pretty good.
Okay. Seriously.
Payden, breathe.
Please, guys, can we be a bit mature?
All right, guys. All right.
Be mature. We're not in high school.
You unprofessional. I'll tell you guys a little bit about my projects. I come from another wrestling podcast myself called Keeping Kayfabe, where wrestling is still real to us.
Damn it!
And on that show, you can find myself, you can find Brandon, you can find Burhan, you can find a few other people popping in occasionally. And on that show, what we usually do is we pick a match from wrestling's past and we go in depth on the build and everything else that's happened to it. This week we did Sting versus Hulk Hogan from Starrcade 1997. Of course, a long time storyline that that lasted over a year and a half. Certainly invite you to check that out, only if you think you can handle 2 wrestling podcasts. I don't ever want to take away any of the audience from Tony, but if you're a person who has free time that you need to fill with another wrestling podcast, check out Keeping Kayfabe by going to keepingkayfabe.com or by joining us live every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on blogtalkradio.com/StreamElite. That's StreamElite Radio. As I said, it's the Thursday Night Wars. We're going head-to-head with TNA Impact, and we're going to put them out of business once and for all. The other thing I want to push is www.new-b.tv, which is an original web channel I'm doing where we have webisodes based on video games. Right now we are working on Grand Theft Auto set in Newburgh, which if you know anything about Newburgh, New York, it's going to be very appropriate and kind of funny. And
a lot funny.
Push my other products. We got Mega Powers Radio is a live radio station that we are going to be bringing live to you, featuring all types of members that are here on this show. Our first night is going to be Sunday, June 16th, the Payback pay-per-view for WWE. We're going to be doing a pre-show for it starting at 6:30 p.m. So if you want to hear a rundown of our thoughts, our predictions, and whatever else you feel like talking about right before the show, megapowersradio.com or blogtalkradio.com/megapowersradio. Join us for that show. You're going to be able to call in, chat with us, and give us your thoughts as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And one last project I should always push, of course, is my Bob Corholly page on Facebook. Go ahead and like that because it's funny.
All right, Braden.
Okay, you can of course subscribe to me at my YouTube channel. It's www.youtube.com/Spoodbeast. Of course, follow me on Twitter as well at Spoodbeast. Oh man, this is going to be like another 10-minute plug section.
Nerdgasms are continuing to grow.
Speaking of which, of course, visit fanboysanonymous.com where we have many projects going on that, of course, more eyes means, more people going to the website, not for Nerdgasms, though.
No,
but
that's what I'm gonna go for.
Continue visiting the site, see what we have going on there. Keep watching this show and visiting the Extra Smack Talk website, Smark Out Moment. Just keep contributing to the show and site in any way possible. It's always fun to do this.
And if you don't, I will nerdgasm all over your face.
And that's really, really...
Swallow that shit, too.
That's the best way to do this.
God, that's awful. All right, guys.
The problem is, after a nerdgasm dries out, you're left with a smegmata.
All right, I'm leaving on this end. That's it for Smack Talk, period. We're not coming back anymore. We're the ones leaving, not TNA. Episode 84, if it happens, will be next week, everybody. You can look forward to what are the topics that we have going. We have the monthly mailbag, and we have pay-per-view predictions for Payback.
That's a lot of P's.
Yeah, there's way too many pays there and everything. Mike Payton will be giving pay-per-view predictions for Payback.
Payton's pay-per-view predictions for Payback.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Yeah, it better be funny.
Oh, okay. Tune in to episode 85 where we talk about TNA's dissolve and the fall of it.
That'll be one of the hot tags. And everything else coming your way, of course, find any information out on the website. Remember to check out outonlimbs.com. Check out the Bleacher Report stuff. Coming up real soon, probably in the next 2-3 days, I'm going to have another article up for comicbookmovie.com, probably about the couple of things that I'm excited to see with Man of Steel. And Man of Steel is also going to be covered a little bit when it comes to Fanboys Anonymous. We're probably going to do the monthly podcast about that, so stay tuned for Fanboys Anonymous and all that kind of stuff that I just mentioned there, all the Mango Tree shit. And we will see you next week. This has been another Smark Out moment, and we're being counted out. Adios, everybody.
This outro will live up. You know that. I'm burning shit up. I'm going to get you with my ankle lock and get it shit up. So what? You want to get an outro? Because I'm going to get you with my soul. And that's it. Give it up. What?
Nerdgasm.
That was great.